What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. And tonight begins the conference finals for the NHL 2024 playoffs. Tonight begins the Eastern Conference finals for the NHL, and yesterday started the Eastern Conference Finals for the NBA. It was the start of the conference finals last night for the 2024 NBA playoffs. Last night, where we had the Indiana Pacers taking on the Boston Celtics in Game 1. And boy, that game was sure intense. I wasn't watching it, but I definitely know for sure it was intense because of how close the scores were. And the suspense was probably huge last night between the Celtics and the Pacers. They were also tied during halftime, and the Celtics put the game in overtime last night and ended up winning 133, I think, to 128 Celtics at the final in overtime for Game 1. So yeah, now Boston's leading that series. And we also have the Timberwolves and the Mavericks facing each other in the Western Conference for the NBA. But I mainly came out here to talk about the NHL Conference Finals. I know I talked about part of it last night, but I really want to make a main video out of it, of the NHL Conference Finals. So, tonight begins the Conference Finals for the NHL 2024 playoffs. The Eastern Conference and Western Conference. In the Eastern Conference, we have the Rangers taking on the Florida Panthers, and we have the Oilers taking on the Stars. And this is a really rare series for the Rangers to play the Panthers because we don't really play the Panthers. We really haven't played the Panthers in like years. The last time we did that was probably back in the 90s. That was the last time we played the Panthers. Yeah, we haven't played the Panthers in the playoffs since the 90s. And it's really rare for us to play the Panthers because we're on the same division with them. And the Panthers haven't been that great for 12 years between 2000 and 2012. Yeah, they haven't been that great, and they only made the playoffs for like every 4 years after 2012. And then after 2020, they made the playoffs every year after that. But the Rangers and Panthers never really faced each other. And we're in different divisions, and there's been most times in the conference finals where a division faces another division in the same conference, depending on teams. And yeah, that definitely happens a lot. Like the Metropolitan Division gets separated on one side of the bracket, and then the Atlantic Division is on the other side of the bracket, but in the same conference. And the Atlantic and the Metropolitan usually don't meet in the conference finals until they don't meet in the playoffs until the conference finals commences. So yeah, we have the Rangers facing the Florida Panthers, and this is a rare series. Normally when we make the conference finals, we usually play against a team like Tampa Bay. But they've been eliminated a long time ago, so now we're facing Florida. And this is actually the third time in 9 years we're facing a Florida team in the conference finals. But overall, this is our fifth time making the conference finals since 2012, because we have 2012, and then we had 2014, and then we had 2015 where they faced the Bolts, and then they faced the Bolts again in 2022. And in 2012 we faced the Devils in the conference finals, and we faced the Canadiens in 2014 before we went to the Stanley Cup final but lost to the Kings. Yeah, with it being the 10th anniversary of us making the Stanley Cup final in 2014 and the 30th of us winning the Stanley Cup, hopefully the Rangers could do that again this year. Hopefully they could take Florida seriously and make it to the finals. Let's hope that's the case, but it's gonna be a really tough matchup because Florida is so dominant now that anything could happen. And for the Oilers and Star Series, I'm rooting for the Edmonton Oilers to win that and meet the Rangers in the finals. Why? Because the Edmonton Oilers had to face a 11-year playoff drought between 2006 and 2017. And they used to have old Rangers on that team, and they used to make a lot of trades with the Rangers, so that's why I root for the Oilers. And they're the second best, in my opinion, in the Western Conference, behind the St. Louis Blues, which is my dad's friend's team. But they haven't made the playoffs this year, so the entire time I've been rooting for the Oilers in the playoffs this year in the Western Conference. So yeah, that's why I want a Rangers and Oilers matchup. And hopefully the Rangers make the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 2014, and hopefully they win the Cup this year after 30 years and mark the 30th anniversary of their 1994 Stanley Cup. But let's not overhype anything just yet. We have to face Florida first before we can do anything else. And this is actually the third straight leap year a New York team has played against the Panthers, because we had the Islanders face the Panthers in the 2016 playoffs in the first round, and then in 2020 we had the Islanders facing the Panthers in the qualifying round of the playoffs. So yeah, this is the third leap year in a row that we have a New York team playing against the Panthers in the playoffs. And I'm not counting the Devils against the Panthers in 2012 in the first round, because New Jersey is in New Jersey. The Devils are in New Jersey. This is New York right here I'm talking about. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes with the Rangers and the Panthers in the conference finals. And this is our 5th year in the conference finals, and they begin tonight. And we'll see how everything goes with the Oilers and Stars. And my matchup, I am hoping for a Rangers and Oilers matchup in the Stanley Cup final this year. And if the Rangers don't make it, I'm rooting for the Oilers. If the Rangers don't make the Stanley Cup final, and if the Oilers succeed, then I am rooting for the Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. And if neither of them make it, then I don't know. I'm kind of going in the motion between rooting for Florida or Dallas. Maybe I will root for the Panthers to win the Cup because they haven't won a Cup before. Yeah, I might root for the Panthers because they never won a Stanley Cup before, even if they eliminate the Rangers. I mean, the Stars did win a Cup back in '99, but it would also be nice to see them win a Stanley Cup, but not against the Rangers. If the Rangers are in the Cup, I'm rooting for them no matter what, because they're my team. So yeah, the conference finals start tonight, and the NBA conference finals are on their way. And the Rangers and the Panthers series in the conference finals commences tonight. So I guess that's it.